Good afternoon, DC Ranch golfers. This is Dick Highland reporting from the Ranch House. How about that? We keep moving locations just to try and give you a new look. JT is our videographer again, and I'm here with Kyle Draper, as you know, the GM, COO. And Kyle, I'm reversing roles with you today. You ready?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've had a lot of questions come to us over the course of the last 10 weeks, as you might guess. Certainly as I'm out and about among the members, they ask me, and I said, you know what, let me write these down and I'll talk to Kyle about this stuff. But they want to take the time to give you an idea of what to expect the club and our various outlets as we move forward. What's happening around the club?
Well, there's a lot happening, obviously. We're opening new facilities each and every day, adding some of the amenities back. So you'll see a lot of that in the coming days and weeks. So more to come here in a few minutes.
Okay, Kyle, as we know, life has changed in the last 3 months, right? Let's call it what it is.
Sure.
But it seems like the membership continues to have a demand. What's happening in that world with the memberships?
You know, we've actually been very fortunate. Our membership stream has been very, very strong for a number of years. So as we headed into this whole scenario, we had a wait list in every single category to get in. Fortunately, we still have a wait list in every single category to get in. For instance, actually this month we sold 4 golf memberships. So the prices for those were 3 at $105,000 and 1 at $115,000. Down a little bit from when we entered into this, but again, very, very strong. The fact that we were able to sell 4 memberships in today's time was great. In addition, we sold 2 Sports Social memberships this month and a Clubhouse membership. So with that, our membership counts are right at really where they need to be. We're right at that point where we still have a wait list of about 30 people that have been approved, that have gone through the process, that haven't quite yet joined. But it's really, really great to see that we have been remaining that strong throughout the whole thing.
That's cool. Great. So Kyle, as we all know, over the last 3 months, we've had a terrific amount of play, right?
Right.
We haven't had any guest play, which, let's call it what it is. We're all in business here, right? It's taken a hit on us from a revenue standpoint, but the people are asking, how's the club doing financially?
Another great question, Dick. You know, we are very, very fortunate in that we entered into this time very, very financially strong. We remain in that position. Yes, we've taken a hit because we've seen some drop in revenues and drop in guest play and such during our 2.5 busiest months of the year. But again, rest assured, the club is doing well financially. We're weathered to go through this and be on the right side.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. So with the clubhouse opening, right? When is the bar going to open? What's the dining procedures been like? What people are asking about continental breakfast. Like I say, things are changing, so just fill us in, right?
Yeah, again, it's kind of on a day-by-day basis. You're going to see some change. You're going to see some additional tables going into the conservatory, additional seating in the mixed grill. We're going to add some seating into the bar areas. But again, we're going to try and remain safe as possible. We want to make sure we're able to take care of as many people as we can. I can tell you, when we have reopened, since we've reopened, we haven't had a huge rush on people wanting to use the club, but we're here for you. Just rest assured, our team is taking all the necessary precautions to keep everybody safe. That's our duty to you. Going to the bar, we expect to add bar stools back to the bar at June 2nd, which is Tuesday. So if you want to come join us for a bite to eat or a beverage, you can do that at that point. So again, more to come. We're going to continue adding on to the facilities, to the offerings, but that's just on a day-by-day basis. So again, more to come in the coming days.
All right, so as we've mentioned to the members over time, we have taken the advice of medical professionals to keep us in line. We're also listening and looking at what other clubs are doing. They're gradually starting to phase in guest play. What's happening with that stuff?
Dick, before I answer that, I didn't answer your most important question. That was when are we adding the continental breakfast back? June 2nd, again, we're going to start that process back up. It's going to be limited. We're going to have modified offerings. But again, we want to give you an outlet to come have breakfast, have some more of the complimentary items that we've traditionally offered here at the club. So you'll see some more of those in the locker rooms, but also the continental breakfast will start at 7 a.m. on Tuesday, the 2nd. Going into your question
About guest play.
about guest play.
So we've got family guests coming on board.
Family guests, June 2nd. So we've been consulting with the other clubs around. Some of them are starting to phase guest play back into their offerings. We're planning on June 2nd.
Because we're closed on Mondays.
Right. Family guests starting June 2nd. And then we expect after airification, which would be the 13th, which is a Saturday, we'd be open up for further guests golf on the afternoon of the 13th, and then also for the clubhouse offerings earlier in the day. So great to see that we're able to kind of open up to more people, but we want to do it slowly, smartly, and make sure that we're being cautious.
Yeah, when we talk about the 13th, the reason we use that date is because from the 8th to the 12th, and you might want to put this on your calendar, we're closed for airification. We're going to blitz the golf courses we've done over a couple of years instead of, taking it 1 week, and really disappointing people over 3 weeks.
Sure.
So we'll get this all done at one time, and that's the reason that we're coming out with the guest plan on the 13th, right?
Yes.
Okay. So people are asking about the bag room,
Uh-huh.
ballet, what's happening with that? Locker rooms, the whole bit?
So bag room and the locker rooms will reopen for service tomorrow. We were planning on June 2nd, but we decided, you know what, let's add some amenities offerings back to the membership. Having people take their clubs to and from their car to the golf course. I think I've seen enough of that. You've seen enough of that. We want to definitely bring that back starting tomorrow morning. The locker rooms, we'll have some limited offerings there. The showers will be available. But again, we want to bring some stuff back for you all. It's been tough on us, over the last few weeks, but we're going to keep adding services to you on a regular basis starting tomorrow.
Yeah, so let's talk about the valet service as we once knew it, right? There is no timetable for that to move back to where it was. So what we're offering right now is, as you come to the club in your automobile, pull up in front of the valet area, we will get your clubs out of your car, get them on the cart. When you're done playing, we will get them off the cart and back into your car. You're responsible for your automobile, but that's the best thing that we can do right now. I mean, some of the doctors that I'm listening to are saying valeting cars, that's really, really a sensitive subject at the moment.
Right. And so that's something we're going to ease into. Again, I think we'll really look at what some of the other clubs are doing. I get on a conference call with most of the other clubs on Friday afternoons just to discuss where they're at through this whole 10-week period. And we're going to continue doing that. And again, we'll probably enter into that whole process together.
Okay, so as I look out these windows while you're talking, not that I'm not paying attention to you, Kyle, of course, but we see kids out there in the pool, right? We see dining opened a little bit.
Sure.
Well, what can people expect the protocol and procedure is out there for what's happening?
Sure. The expectation is that right now, until further notice, probably the middle of June, we'll keep a max of just under 30 people in the pool. We're going to control traffic on the pool deck itself. For dining, we have plenty of dining here at the ranch house, both indoor and outdoor. So we'll likely add the bar stools back there also on the 2nd. We're going to go back to towel service starting after this weekend, limited towel service starting after this weekend. So a lot going on down here. We've only had a little bit of business midweek. Weekends have been busier, so just make sure you're planning accordingly. I would give the ranch house a call before you come by just to make sure that there's space available. We're starting Memorial Day this weekend. We should have a good crowd this weekend on Saturday, Sunday. But again, moving forward, we'll keep adding more and more services. But again, we're taking on a 2-week period and away we go.
Okay, keep on going. I see that the fitness has opened up. Hasn't opened up all the way, right?
It has. You know what? We've been limited, but with that being said, we haven't been really full at any given time. Full to us right now is 10 people at a time, so we've asked everyone to make a reservation on the hour. And so we would want people initially to work out in 50-minute increments. Then we're able to clean and sanitize and move about our day. I don't think there's going to be anything big changing there right now, but we will absolutely be communicating to you. I'm in constant communication with Danielle, looking at again best practices within the fitness industry, as well as what the other clubs are doing. So more to come there, but we're going to kind of ease our way into it.
Even this coming weekend, as you said, is Memorial Weekend. We are having a Memorial Weekend sale. We've been able to move some garments that have been with us since the first part of March, where people haven't been able to come into the shop. So we're letting that go again, and we've got a little competition. Just sign up on 4Ts with your group. It's a best ball of the 2, JT, I think, right? And then a 2 best balls of 4. So we just want to keep people's golf interest moving along. Okay, Kyle, my last question. Ready?
Okay.
The saying is just because you can doesn't mean you should. So we have to follow the protocols as directed to us. What are you experiencing on your end?
Really, at the end of the day, yes, we're talking with the other clubs and what they're doing, but really what we're hoping to achieve is to keep you, the member, and our staff safe as possible. There's a lot of precautions that we put in play, not because I wanted to, just because for my benefit. It's for the benefit of everybody, and really that's been the reason behind our decision making throughout this whole process. So We hope you understand that, and we, again, thank you so much for your support.